Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Brady. I got nothing to sell you. I got no book, I got no course, I got no Facebook group, I got no Discord mastermind. I own a swimming pool cleaning company, and we're making some content of kind of like day in the life of, we're about to clean a pool. We got a secret celebrity, as you'll find out, that lives at this house. I don't know if I can spill the beans yet, but we're gonna clean this pool up. And number one rule of the pool business, because I'm from these streets, baby. I'm from Rio Vista. I'm from Boca Raton. I'm from these streets. Stay strapped or get clapped in the pool business, man. This is yeah, keep moving. What's up? Anyways, we're gonna get to work today. We got a couple customers we gotta take care of. Stay tuned. So anyways, business is going well. I bought this book of business. So I didn't actually buy a business when I bought the pool company. I basically just bought customers. I bought customers' info and like client lists essentially. So I didn't buy a website and a retail space and materials and all that stuff. I just bought essentially an address and customers' contact info and essentially just bought a book of business. So business is going pretty well. When I first bought it, it came with a technician, and he I didn't interview him, he kind of came with it. So there was some learning pains, some growing pains. We lost a couple of customers, but ever since I took over, these guys love me. You know, things are going well. We're starting to gain some traction with SEO and organic referrals. Business is going good. I'm excited. But we're gonna clean some pools today, man. All right. So this thing, this weird looking piece of industrial thing is basically a pool vacuum. Don't ask me how it works, because I don't know, but it cleans pools, so that's the important part. But yeah, we'll walk back, and no free ads on YouTube, but Riptide right there. We're not sponsored yet, but maybe one day. But here we go. Let's clean a pool. All right, first step, you got these things. Chlorine tablets. I don't really know what they're comprised of, but first step of pool service, at least for me, always restock the floaty. Every single time I see one of these, it always reminds me of that cringy TikTok where the kid's like, "It's a floater." But here we go. Look at that. And that's why they pay me the big bucks, folks. Hard work. Step one complete. Look at that. We're almost done. But step two, here's where the actual work starts. So every single pool we do, all this stuff usually, we're talking like algae and pollen and dust and dirt and all that stuff, it'll settle on the bottom, but oftentimes it gets stuck on the walls. So every single pool service, we always scrub the walls before I do anything else, at least. And it's not sexy work, and it's not easy work, but you don't get shoulders that look like this unless you're doing this kind of work, baby. I just had an Airbnb lady. My God, I'm out of shape. This is the most labor intensive part of the job. The work's not difficult. Just gotta have the right equipment and, the job done. That's it. And this channel, man, this channel is gonna be part inspiration, education, motivation, aspiration, and most importantly, perspiration. As you're gonna notice, I'm the sweatiest man in America. I've done, 15 strokes? Do you see this? I'm like a medical anomaly, all right? In South Florida, the heat does not exactly help me out. But as we're doing, this is it, folks. All you do is you scrub the wall, and then if you can kind of see with the camera, if I push down, you can kind of see like these little dusts, these little clouds of dust that kind of fly off. And that's just the stuff that's settled. You want to move that stuff towards the center of the pool, push it towards the skimmer, and that's when it ends up in the filter. And you always got to be careful. These little jet things kind of look like little nipples, but you got to be careful of those and the lights when you're scrubbing. You don't want to accidentally break something or knock something off. If you want a new pump, I just had a customer buy a brand new pump and motor. If you're doing any like installation of like equipment or electrical stuff, I'm sure many of you have know what boat stands for, bust out another 1,000. Pools are the same way, man. I mean, it's not cheap. And this thing is a pure liability. It just sucks electricity all day, all night, but you know, looks pretty. It's nice. People like them for a reason. And it keeps us in business, so why not? It's also a good idea to get started with this work earlier in the day. As you can see, this is warm. I mean, look at this, folks. I literally just did one circular motion, and I look like this. So if you hate your office job, I mean, look, I'm literally spittling on the camera. I'm like getting in my eye and stuff, man. Like, if you have an office job and you don't like it, suck it up, princess. You're in luck. Anyways, that's the scrubbing. All right, after we do the scrubbing, I'll typically do the netting. This is all pretty standard stuff that a 14-year-old could do, but it's important to keeping the pool looking good. And anytime you've got organic material such as this just floating around in the pool, it's gonna screw up all sorts of chemical stuff. I don't really know how pH and all that stuff fully works, if I'm being totally honest, but I do know this. Organic material in pools, sitting for long periods of time, not good.
Yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you please?
And a lot of the stuff, it'll stay near the floaty, you'll notice. So, if you got a floaty in the pool, I don't know how that works. That's like Newton's law of pool floaters, or how that works, but a lot of it likes to situate near that thing. And I'm pretty OCD about this. A lot of pool guys will just kind of do a quick half, run around. I like to make sure I got this special mesh net. I like to make sure I get every single visible tiny little piece of thing just floating. It's important. You want to know a pool man's best friend? Fenced in patios. Those ones that have like the mesh and stuff. Because guess what, man? This shit can't get in there. So makes my life a lot easier. And I'll say this, guys, this video, because we're pretty secretive here, I signed an NDA. That stands for non-disclosure agreement. I signed an NDA with the customer who lives at this house. But here's what I'll say. This video gets 11 views. I'll spill the beans. Just kidding, you already know I'm gonna spill the beans anyway. Guys, LeBron James lives at this house, all right? That's pretty cool, he's one of our clients, so, that's pretty sweet. So when this thing starts to get filled up, I mean, like I told you, sweatiest man in America, but when this thing starts to get filled up, it is actually way more taxing than you think it is, so you gotta dump it every once in a while. So just go to the customer's bin, be respectful. You never want to take your trash, your leaves, and just throw it out on their grass. That's what a lot of low quality companies do. I always make sure I put it in their garbage can, recycle, something like that. So here's the part is the most interesting. Because like I said, I don't even know how this thing works. It's like alien technology to me, but it's pretty cool. This is a vacuum. All the stuff on the bottom of the pool we're about to suck up. So despite not knowing how it works, I do know how to make it work. That's the most important thing here, folks. You gotta realize, I don't know if you can tell, I'm not exactly a rocket scientist. I don't really know what I'm doing at any given point, like 97% of the time. But I'm out here and I'm doing it, all right? That's all you gotta know, man. So if you're thinking you gotta know everything about a chosen industry or a chosen profession before you jump in, oh, this is a great analogy. You gotta jump in the pool. You gotta jump in if you wanna get going. I had no stinking clue what I was doing when I first got this business, but I surrounded myself with some good people. I did a lot of self-learning and I just did it. And now here we are, cleaning pools. So here we go. So this is the vacuum. You take this thing, I don't know how it works, but you put it here and now it's on, technically. We're gonna attach the pole to the vacuum, toss it in, and we're sucking. And right now, all the leaves, anything on the bottom is getting sucked up into this vacuum bag. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the bag inflates and it floats towards the surface. Air is basically, I'm assuming, shooting through these long blue, the long blue hose. And you'll notice if I run over stuff, like right here on the left, you're gonna see stuff, abracadabra, say the magic words, and it's gone. There you go. So this is how you get rid of all the stuff on the bottom of the pool. It's crazy. You could spend an hour on a pool, do all this work, scrub, net, vacuum, chemicals. You could work your heart out. And then they'll come outside and they'll see one leaf that you missed. And that's all they realize, man. That's all they see is the leaf. And they associate that with low quality service. So, you know, I really like to make sure I do as good a job as I possibly can for these guys. We're gonna add a few chemicals now, right? So like I said, all this rain we've been getting lately, it's super acidic. So here we got some sodium bicarbonate. That sounds fancy, and I said it like that on purpose. It's just baking soda. It's good for the, I don't know exactly what it does, alkalinity or pH or something like that, but you throw a little bit in there, and guess what? That does stuff. So that's good for the pool. There we go. But, oh, here we go too. This is the skimmer box. So, ooh, get a shot of this. So you got to clean this on every single pool appointment because you get all sorts of stuff. All the stuff that's floating on top, it was floating on top because it's supposed to end up in here. But once this gets full, it just kind of stays. So yeah, so super fun. You just want to stick your hand in this deep, dark black hole where you can't see the bottom. Really cool, really fun. No downside to that. But you're gonna pull this basket up, try to catch as much junk as you possibly can. And then, unfortunately, so you just try your best to clean it out a little bit. And when the pump's back on, it'll suck some of this down. But that's the skimmer box, folks. And what I'll do, same thing. We'll just take this to the trash can and dump it. What I do is a tip from a pro, hashtag tip from a pro. Or look at this, you put some rocks in here so the basket sinks to the bottom of the skimmer more consistently. All right, here we go. So that's the skimmer. And what you want to do with Leslie's Perfect Weekly, this stuff is good because it gets rid of the, cleans the water, removes phosphates, and it conserves water and energy. Look at that. What you do though, shake it up a little bit, pour a cap. And this is very important, guys, but you're gonna wanna just dump it. That's the important part. All right. And the only other thing at this point now is liquid chlorine. That's this stuff right here. This is the stuff that kills the stuff that you don't want in your pool. Now you're probably asking, Brady, that was a really specific amount of chlorine that you poured. I can tell you measured that before you put it in the pool. No, I didn't. Half a jug. Because the thing is, when you've got the floater with the chlorine tablets in there, those are releasing things like chlorine, but a much more condensed version.
Chlorine tablets. I don't really know what they're comprised of, but
it's releasing cyanuric acid. It's releasing stabilizer. This is basically like a quick burst of gasoline, essentially. We're throwing a little gas on the fire just to kind of give it a boost of disinfectant, basically. But that's the pool. That's it. We've done essentially all the cleaning we need to at this point. We've scrubbed, we've netted, we've added chemicals, we've vacuumed, and I'm gonna get a couple of the little tiny miscellaneous floaters here and there for the after shot, but this pool looks a lot different now than it did when we first got here. Well, hope you guys had a little bit of fun watching me clean this pool and sweating my face off for you guys. But if you like content like this, subscribe and hammer that like button, baby. More content's coming.